Today's our last section of chapter 2. We're going to learn about properties of equality and congruence. What does equality and congruent mean?
Equality means they're the same.
What does congruent mean?
They go together.
The same. They actually mean the same thing. So equality and congruence are the same thing. It means they are the same value, same segment, same angle. Okay? Equality and congruence mean that they are the same. So look on your paper because up here it looks a little messy. Okay? So A, it says if, actually I want to talk about the solutions first. So symmetric, when something is symmetric, it flips it. So it's like it flips it. So put flip. Write it down. Symmetric means flip. Symmetric means flip. I'm going to say flip order. Flip order. All right. Reflexive. Listen, reflexive means same or repeated. Reflexive means the same or repeated. Transitive, we'll talk about it in a second. So A says if GH is congruent to JK, then JK is congruent to GH. What happened between those? They just flipped, so what is that? Symmetric. Yep, it flips, so it would be symmetric. Second one, DE equals DE. What's happening there? They're the exact same, so what property is that? Reflexive. Yep, reflexive. All right, let's talk about C. If angle P is congruent to angle Q, and angle Q is congruent to angle R, then angle P is congruent to angle R. We talked about this a little bit on Friday with our if-then statements in the law of syllogism. What do we notice about the if statement in there? What's the same about those? They both have Q in them. Okay, now look at our then statement. What do you know about angle P and angle R?
They're the same.
Why are they the same? Because they're both congruent to Q, so that would be transitive. So remember when we had stuff that was in common, we crossed out. Okay, so in C, says angle P is congruent to angle Q is congruent to angle R. So we can cross out what's in common and put together what's left, like what we talked about on Friday. So the ones that are a little wordy, those ones are transitive. Okay, so C, cross out what's in common, put them together, that is transitive. Yeah? Okay, you guys work on this one and I'll walk around and check. All right, on 1, it says if DF equals FG and FG equals GH, then DF equals GH. There's a lot going on there, right? Max and Trent, what did you guys come up with?
Transitive.
How did you know it was transitive?
Because we took out what was in common, and then...
What was in common?
FG.
FG, and then what's left? The then statement, right? DF equals GH because they're both congruent or equal to FG. Okay, so that one is transitive. 2, Alejandro, what'd you get for number 2? Reflexive. Why is it reflexive?
Because they're the same.
Because it's the exact same. Nothing changed. Okay, so that means it is reflexive. 3, Alexa. Why is it symmetric? It just flip-flopped the order. Okay, so it said S is congruent to T. T is congruent to S. All it did was flip it. Whoa.
That's gay.
Boom. Science. Math. Any questions over transitive, reflexive, and symmetric? No?